Welcome to BSRI training session in ServTracker. Today we're going to be looking into the query builder so that we can extract pertinent information to a search. To get us started, we go to Reports. In Reports, we're going to click on Query Builder. In this case, we're going to look for some information out of recreation. So I'm coming up here first and I'm going to choose Posted Data. Remember, we were looking for recreation, so we're going to click there. Now, it's from this section of categories that I pull pertinent information for my search. So to get us started, we're going to go to Posted Details. In Posted Details, you notice I get the activity name. I move that over. I scroll down. I want the posted units. So I scroll back up till I find Posted Units. I move that over, and then I scroll down. I want the service date, and I'm going to want the site. So I move that over. This is not enough information for my search, so I need some more details. For example, the names of the people that I'm looking for in the recreation section. So here I go to Client Identity. In Client Identity, I will be able to get the first name, last name. Now I need a little bit more information as to whether these individuals are active. So I go to Client Record Info. This is all my active choices. So I scroll down and I find my active client, recreation client, true or false, and I move that over. Now if I was to do a search now, this would not give me an activity name, or if it did, it'd give me all the names, all the sites, all the people's first and last name, but that's not what I want at this time. I want to refine it a little more, with a little more detail. So to do that, I want to go back up here and I'm going to click on Posted Details. Now, by doing that, my posted details are down in the field section. Remember, I extracted the activity name from that, equals. In this case, we're going to choose Jerry Fit. And I have to type it in because there's no list here. Okay, I add that to my list. Now, I also wanted the site. So we scroll down and we can get the site, which is down in our fields now. Click here. The site again is going to equal, and the value is going to be, again, there's nothing here, so we're going to type in Southport for the purpose of demonstrating. And we add that to the list. So now we're wanting the service date, the time period we're looking for. That was under Posted Details. So again, we scroll down, we put in the service date. In this situation, it's going to be is between inclusive, and because we're going to want, say, maybe a whole month, and this is how we would do it. The minimum value, we'll use January for a month. The minimum value would be 1/1/2018. The maximum value is the end date. Okay, that's going to give us our month. Add that to the list. Now we need maybe one more item added to this, and we've got the activity name, we've got the site, we've got the service date, but are they active? So to get the active, we have to go back to Client Info, Record Info. Client Record Info, our active list, which is now putting it down here, and we scroll down to active recreation, true or false. Conditions is going to equal And in this case, it does have a drop down. We're going to pick true and add that to the list. So now we can do our search. Click on the search now, and this is what will come up. We've got our activity name, our posted units, our service date, the site is Southport, and the active participants in it by name. So now we can save it to an Excel file, or we can print it out at this point. Now, you can save this, which you would want to do, save the search, you give it a name, so you pick whatever that is. When you come back, say it's something different, you want to do line dancing, you would X out, go to posted details again, put your activity name equals line dancing, and you would add it to the list, and that would give you a new search. And it would tell you how many people are participating in your line dancing as active participants. Well, let's look at another example while we're here. In this particular case, we don't want quite as much information, but we're going to go back into Query Builder. This time we're going to search client data. Again, we'll choose recreation. So we come down and pick recreation. Now we've got to select some categories. We want names of people, so we've got to go to client identity. Client identity, scroll down, and here's our name, first name, last name, and we put that in. Now we need personal information, so we're going to go to client personal, and in client personal we'll scroll down. Maybe we want, in this case, their email address if they have one, and we're going to get their phone numbers out of this. We want their home number, and we want their mobile number. Okay, let's get one more item. We want to know that they're active. Actually, we'll get two more items in just a minute. We want to know that they're active, so let's go to Client Record Info. In Client Record Info, we click on Active Client, yes or no, and move that over. Now I can adjust this list. Say I want the number to come right after the name, so I click on Home, and I click my up arrow, and I move Home there, and I move the mobile there, and I've got my active clients. Okay, at this point, I could do a search, and it's going to give me all my names, inactive or active. But I really maybe don't want that. So let's go to Recreation Intake. And from Recreation Intake, we can extract the site, and we move it over. Now we can add to our list from Recreation Intake. Let's go ahead and get the site since we know it's in there. And the site in this case is going to equal, we'll use Southport and type it in. And we add it to the list. Now we want to know whether they're active, and active client was under Client Record Info. So I come back up here, I scroll back up to Client Record Info, and there's my active client. So I know it's down here now in my field section, so I put active client. The condition again is going to equal, and the value is going to be, well, I have to type in Y for yes, and I add that to the list. Okay, now I do my search, and I have all my active clients in Southport. I've got it by name, phone number, home number, mobile number, and email. And I can now save it in Excel, or I can print it out. But let's say I wanted to remove some active clients that maybe are way outdated in the system and don't need to be in our database. Okay, at this point I would X this out, Yes. And active client came under client record info. So I know I'm still going to have active client info. In this case, it's going to equal, and I'm going to put in the value N for inactive, and I'm going to add that to my list, and I'm going to search now. So now I've got all my inactive people listed in ServTracker, and this is where I may want to go through this and remove some people, deactivate them in ServTracker, and reduce our client base, which could be good. I can move this to an Excel file, or I can print it. So here we have two different ways. Keep in mind, I'd probably want to save this search so I could come back and use it and maybe change some variables. So you've seen two ways of extracting information in Query Builder. It's a little involved, but once you get used to knowing where you go into categories, it becomes easy. The fact that you can save the search and come back to it and then change a few variables and get more information makes it a little easier in the long run. So we hope you've enjoyed this demonstration. It'll be beneficial to you. And if there's any time you need additional help, myself or Melody is always available. So have a nice day.